everyone, I'm Dominique, Community Manager at Dygma, and I'm with Manel, our Product Manager.
Hello.
Manel last week just arrived from China. He was there overseeing mass production and also the assembly line process of all the Dygma Raise keyboards. And now he's here to talk about the assembly line process and also his experiences.
Before start mass production, the golden rule is to have all the components ready and tested. And you have done the IQC, that is the incoming materials quality control, and then you start doing the assembly process. But in this case, as you know, if you have read some of our updates,
the tales from the factories.
The tales from the factories that we published, it wasn't like that, and some components failed, had quality problems, or were just late. Basically, we had the workers ready, but then we miss one component, then the workers can't start working, then the factory managers were nervous because workers were stopped. So not producing, so then they move it to another line of other product, and then when we receive the component, we don't have workers because they are already working in another line. They don't want to make them stop and move to our line because it reduces the productivity.
Go through with us the steps of the assembly. How does it begin, more or less? After the IQC or the incoming quality control, what are the next steps?
At the end of the step one, what we have is this. Okay. We have the keyboard with the PCB inside, the base, and the stabilizers. This is the most complicated steps because it involves a lot of small things. The joint cover involves the metal pins, involves the quality test to check if there's wobbling, to check if the joint is good, to check the electronics, if the electronics works, etc., etc. So before mounting this, that is a simple operation, basically 6 screws in the base of the keyboard, you have to do a lot of other things, checking everything is perfect. The glue of the joint cover to the plastic base is very difficult. It requires 1 day work just for this, because we use AB glue that needs 24 hours to be really strong. And we are using this glue because we failed with 2 different glues before this. So it was actually the main thing that caused delay in mass production. Before end step 1, we do an electronic test of both PCBs with the both low profile PCBs working with the neuron.
So how long does step 1 normally take?
Once you fix all the problems, it's been quick, 800, 600 keyboards per day. But until we arrive to this point, we spend like 6-7 days trying to fix problems. And train the workers. Remember, we had problems with the joint cover, we also had problems with the PCB. And we also had problems with the wobbling. So it's a lot of problems involved in this step.
So step 2 then involves mounting the switches.
Involves mounting the switches and testing all the switches. They have a special program they use in this factory. It's like a keyboard. So each time you click one key, in the screen it appears the key with light. So they have to click one by one all the switches, checking that in the screen the input of the switch is right, and also they have to see the light is working there. So that means the LED is working and the switch function
is also good.
Is right. And at the end of this, they just check all the colors to check if there's any broken LED.
And how was that training the workers to mount the switches?
It was a bit more difficult than we expected because switches are a bit tricky to fit, delicate to fit. Some are different to others. For example, we have low profile and normal switches. We also have cherry switches or Kyle switches. And for workers, they felt really different. The Kyle and the cherry, for example. They broke more cherry switches than Kyle switches, for example, because cherry is weaker. Kyle is more durable.
Really?
Yeah.
So after step 2, after they test the switches, they then mount the keycaps.
They mount the keycaps and they also mount the neuron. The neuron is pretty easy to mount. You have the base plastic, the top plastic, and the metal cover. A worker mounted 2,000 neurons in 6 hours or 8 hours. It's quite You know, like click, clack, click, clack, click.
Easy.
So in this moment, we already have the complete keyboard. Then they do the combined test. 4 different tests in one. Matt created a software, a small program, to make it easy for the workers, and we translated it to Chinese.
Wow.
Yeah. So when you plug the keyboard, run the program, or the program is already in the computer running, and then first of all the program detects if it's an ISO, it's ANSI, the version of the firmware. Then we update the firmware of the sites. Then we check all the lights again. So it's in a tab of the program, you just click green, red, blue, and check everything is okay. Then the next tab is to calibrate the magnet sensor. And the last step is the default layout inside the keyboard. Then that means everything is working fine and the combined test is done.
And then step 4 involves?
Step 4 involves packing. The packing in the travel case. And also all the different presents and accessories inside the travel case. Presents.
Presents?
Well, the travel case is a present.
Yeah, sure.
And there are more presents. Okay, this is the silver version in the travel case.
So what they do is they first clean everything?
Yeah.
And
they
then
clean air. They clean with air, compressed air, the travel case, then feed the ball pads, feed the cable, feed the keycap cooler, user manual, the stickers. This is like a small present.
Another gift.
And also all the free samples of switches. So we have here like 4 different Kyle switches, 3 different cherry switches, 3 different low profile switches. Before packing the keyboard inside, we test again the wobbling and the joint.
And then once step 4 is done?
When step 4 is done, the keyboard is completely packed. The only pending thing is step 5, packing, but the packing for transport. I mean, we put it with bubble wrap inside a carton box and put a sticker with your address.
All the extra components that some people ordered?
Yeah, exactly. If you have ordered extra keycaps, we put in the same box extra keycaps or extra cables or extra pulp and ship it to the shipping company. We have a shipping company in Shenzhen, and that's it. But we are still in the middle of step 5.
We're still in the middle of step 5, but we've already started packing and...
Yes.
So that's it. That's the assembly line process of the Dygma Raise keyboard. Thank you, Manel. Is there anything you want to highlight throughout this whole experience? Anybody you want to thank?
Yes, of course. It's been really amazing experience.
Yeah.
A bit painful.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
But you were able to overcome everything and face all the problems. And...
I think so. I hope when people receive the keyboard, it's amazing. We're working to be sure about that.
Okay.
But yeah, I think it will be okay. I think you are going to receive an amazing keyboard, and if something is wrong, you just tell us and we try to fix it.
Definitely. Well, thank you again, Manel, and thank you guys for watching this video. We hope that you enjoyed this whole experience with us, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Bye.
Bye bye.